Hello friends, welcome back. Hope you are okay. Julius Caesar was born in July in the year 100 BC in the great city of Rome, a city already filled with power, pride, and ambition. Rome was not yet an empire. It was a republic ruled by senators, politicians, generals, and laws. But beneath its marble temples and busy streets, Rome was also a place of dangerous rivalries, secret plots, and endless hunger for power. Caesar was born into the Julian family, an ancient patrician family that claimed to descend from Iulus, the son of Aeneas, a hero of Troy, and even from Venus, the goddess of love herself. It was a proud heritage, but by Caesar's birth his family was nobler more in name than in wealth. They had status, but not overwhelming power. His father, Gaius Julius Caesar, was a respected man, and his mother, Aurelia, was known for her intelligence, discipline, and strength. Aurelia played a major role in shaping young Caesar's mind. She gave him an excellent education and taught him Roman values, strength, eloquence, and ambition. From childhood, Caesar stood out. He was not only clever, but also charming, bold, and deeply confident. He studied literature, philosophy, rhetoric, and law. He learned how to speak persuasively, and his words would later move armies and nations. Caesar understood something very early. In Rome, words could be as powerful as swords. As a young man, Caesar lived during a time of political violence. Rome was divided between powerful leaders who fought for control. One of them was Lucius Cornelius Sulla, a ruthless dictator. When Caesar married Cornelia, the daughter of one of Sulla's enemies, Sulla demanded that Caesar divorce her. Caesar refused. This decision nearly cost him his life. Sulla saw Caesar as a threat and ordered him stripped of his inheritance. Caesar went into hiding, moving from place to place, constantly in danger. Friends and family pleaded for mercy, and eventually Sulla spared him, but not without warning. Sulla reportedly said, "In this Caesar, there are many Mariuses," meaning he believed Caesar would one day become dangerously powerful. Sulla was right. Caesar left Rome and joined the military. He served bravely in Asia Minor and showed courage in battle. On one mission, he won the civic crown, one of Rome's highest military honors. But Caesar's adventures were not only on battlefields. While traveling across the Mediterranean, Caesar was kidnapped by pirates. When they demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver, Caesar laughed and told them they should ask for 50 because he was worth far more. During his captivity, Caesar acted not like a prisoner, but like their superior. He wrote speeches and poems, forced the pirates to listen, and even joked that once free, he would return and crucify them. The pirates laughed, but Caesar was serious. After his ransom was paid, Caesar raised a fleet, captured the pirates, and had them executed, just as he promised. This event revealed Caesar's personality clearly: fearless, proud, and relentless. When Caesar returned to Rome, he entered politics. He rose carefully through the Roman political ladder, using charm, generosity, intelligence, and strategic alliances. He became known for hosting magnificent public games and spectacles, often spending huge amounts of money to gain popularity among the people. He understood that the common people could be his greatest source of power. Caesar was also known for his personal charisma. He was elegant, fashionable, and reportedly very concerned with his appearance. He was said to be sensitive about his thinning hair and often wore a laurel wreath partly to hide it. In love, Caesar's life was complex and passionate. After Cornelia's death, Caesar married Pompeia, but they divorced after a scandal involving a man named Clodius, who entered Caesar's home disguised as a woman during a religious festival. Although Pompeia may have been innocent, Caesar famously declared, "Caesar's wife must be above suspicion." Later, Caesar had many romantic relationships, but none became more famous than his love affair with Cleopatra, the brilliant and captivating Queen of Egypt. Before Cleopatra, Caesar formed one of the most important political alliances in Roman history, the First Triumvirate, a secret partnership with Pompey the Great, Rome's leading general, and Crassus, Rome's richest man. This alliance gave Caesar immense power. In 59 BC, Caesar became consul, one of Rome's highest offices. Soon after, he was appointed governor of Gaul, modern France and surrounding regions. This changed everything. For nearly a decade, Caesar led military campaigns across Gaul. He fought fierce tribes, crossed rivers, built bridges, invaded Britain, and expanded Roman territory enormously. His military brilliance was extraordinary. His writings, especially Commentari de Bello Gallico, commentaries on the Gallic War, made him even more famous. In them, Caesar described himself with careful skill, shaping his public image as a heroic leader. One of his most famous lines came during a swift victory. "Veni, vidi, vici." I came, I saw, I conquered. As Caesar grew more powerful, Pompey and many senators grew afraid. Rome feared that Caesar's ambition threatened the republic itself. The Senate ordered Caesar to give up his army and return to Rome as a private citizen. Caesar faced a choice: obey and likely lose everything, or defy Rome. In 49 BC, Caesar made his decision. Standing before the Rubicon River, the legal boundary his army was forbidden to cross, Caesar spoke the legendary words, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. He crossed the Rubicon with his army, beginning a civil war. Rome was thrown into chaos. Pompey fled, and Caesar pursued him across the Roman world. Caesar eventually defeated Pompey's forces. Pompey fled to Egypt, where he was murdered. When Caesar arrived in Egypt, he was presented with Pompey's severed head. Rather than celebrate, Caesar was reportedly saddened. In Egypt, Caesar met Cleopatra VII. Cleopatra was intelligent, ambitious, and politically brilliant. Their relationship became legendary. Cleopatra famously had herself smuggled into Caesar's quarters wrapped in a carpet or bedding sack. Their alliance was romantic and political. Caesar helped Cleopatra secure her throne, and together they had a son, Caesarion. Back in Rome, Caesar became dictator, first temporarily, then for 10 years, and finally dictator for life. He introduced major reforms, reorganizing debt, expanding citizenship, reforming the calendar into the Julian calendar, and strengthening central authority. But many senators feared he wanted to become king. Rome hated kings. Though Caesar denied wanting a crown, suspicion grew. A group of senators, including his former ally Brutus and Cassius, began plotting. Brutus was especially tragic. Caesar trusted him deeply, almost like a son. On the Ides of March 15th, 44 BC, Caesar entered the Senate. Some warnings had reached him. A soothsayer had once told him, "Beware the Ides of March." But Caesar ignored the danger. Inside the Senate, the conspirators surrounded him. At first, Caesar resisted. Then he saw Brutus among them. According to legend, his final words were, "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" It was the ultimate betrayal. Caesar was stabbed 23 times. He fell at the foot of Pompey's statue. The man who had conquered Gaul, Egypt, and Rome itself was dead. But Caesar's death did not save the Republic. Instead, it unleashed more civil war. His adopted heir, Octavian, later Augustus, rose to power and became Rome's first emperor. In death, Caesar became even greater than in life. His name became a symbol of power itself: Caesar, Kaiser, Tsar. Julius Caesar was more than a man. He was a brilliant general, gifted writer, ambitious politician, passionate lover, and one of history's most unforgettable figures. He reshaped Rome forever. Some saw him as a tyrant, others saw him as a visionary, but all remember him. Because Caesar did not simply live in history, he changed it forever. Thank you, my friend, for listening to my story. If you find this story interesting, please leave a comment. I wish you success in your English learning journey.